Ever looked out at your tiny backyard and thought, there's just not enough room to do anything? You're not alone. So many people assume small outdoor spaces mean small potential. But what if I told you that the secret to a stunning, multifunctional garden isn't about size, it's about smart layout? Picture this. Instead of a cramped patio and scattered plants, you've got a space that flows. A space with purpose, even if it's just 10 by 10 feet. From dining nooks tucked into corners, to mini raised beds and paths that guide the eye, layout transforms everything. And it all starts with seeing your space not as a limitation, but a blank canvas. Whether you're working with a narrow side yard, a tiny backyard, or even just a patio, what you do with it makes all the difference. In this video, we're diving into how layout design can completely flip your small garden experience from chaotic and cluttered to clean, open, and inviting. Let's talk strategy. When it comes to small backyard gardens, layout is everything. You want to define zones even in a small area so each part of your garden feels intentional. That could mean a cozy seating area near the back fence, a small vertical herb garden close to the kitchen door, or a gravel path that leads you through a lush border of low-maintenance plants. Use furniture placement and container grouping to guide the eye and flow. L-shaped benches in corners, diagonal pathways to create movement, and round tables instead of squares can make the space feel softer and more open. Another game changer? Levels. Raised beds, layered planters, or even staggered ground materials like stepping stones combined with mulch or gravel help define areas without walls. And don't underestimate the power of symmetry. It brings structure and calm to a small garden. Whether you're into growing your own food, creating a peaceful retreat, or just want somewhere to enjoy your morning coffee, the layout can either make it feel cramped or like a tiny piece of paradise. So, what happens when you design your garden layout with intention? First, you stop wasting space. Suddenly, that forgotten corner becomes a reading nook, or a storage bench hides tools without looking messy. You'll find that every square foot starts working for you, not against you. Secondly, it changes how you feel in the space. A good layout makes a small yard feel welcoming instead of overwhelming. It adds breathing room. It flows. And when your garden feels good, you actually use it more. You go outside, you relax, you host, you grow things. And here's something most people don't expect. Good layout makes your garden easier to maintain. When paths are clear and zones are defined, there's less chaos, fewer dead plants shoved in the wrong place, and more harmony between function and beauty. You'll start seeing your backyard not as limited, but as a creative challenge you've already solved. Now it's your turn. After hearing these ideas, which layout tips spark something for you? Maybe it's carving out a sitting area with a raised deck, or finally organizing your plant zones by sun and shade. Or maybe it's just the realization that your tiny space has big potential. Drop a comment below and tell us what layout change you're most excited to try, or if you've already tackled a small backyard makeover, we'd love to hear your best tip too. Don't forget to like this video if it helped spark ideas, subscribe for more weekly garden inspiration, and hit that bell so you never miss a fresh idea. Your dream garden? It starts right here. Ever feel like your outdoor space is just too small to grow anything? Like you have dreams of fresh herbs, lush flowers, or even homegrown veggies, but your patio or balcony just says, nope? You're not alone. The secret? Go vertical. Vertical gardening isn't just a trend, it's a total space-saving revolution. Imagine climbing vines covering a bare wall, strawberries tucked into tiered planters, or even a shoe organizer turned into a hanging herb garden. It's about using space you didn't realize was usable. Walls, railings, fences, trellises, even the sides of sheds and balconies. Suddenly, you're not working with 10 square feet, you're working with 30, 40, 50 vertical feet. And it's not just about saving space. It's about creating visual height, texture, and layering. You'll be surprised at how vertical gardens make even the smallest corners feel alive and full of personality. Let's explore how to grow up and never feel limited by your square footage again. So how does vertical gardening actually work? It starts with thinking in levels. Hang, mount or lean. Use wall-mounted planters, vertical racks, hanging baskets, or tiered stands. The goal is to lift your plants off the ground and give them sunlight without stealing precious floor space. One of the easiest ways to begin is with a vertical pallet garden. Add pockets or shallow containers, and boom, you've got a living wall. Herbs like basil, mint, thyme, and lettuce thrive in shallow soil and can be right outside your kitchen. If you want to grow food, try a tower planter or hanging strawberry pot. And for flowers, a metal trellis or a lean-to ladder shelf adds height and elegance. You can even train climbing plants like jasmine, clematis, or cucumbers to cover a fence and bring shade. Container gardening goes hand in hand with vertical gardening. Use pots of all shapes and sizes, just make sure they have drainage and are placed where they'll thrive based on light. Group them together at different levels to create a layered, lush effect without overcrowding. Whether you're using a balcony, porch, or a tiny patch of soil, vertical and container gardening helps you maximize every inch beautifully. Here's why vertical and container gardening is such a game changer. First, it makes gardening accessible. Anyone, anywhere can do it. Apartment dwellers? You're in. Tiny patio owners? Covered. Even renters can hang planters without permanent changes. Second, it allows for better control. With containers, you can move plants around for sun, protect them from storms, or group them based on water needs. It's flexibility built right into your design. Vertical gardening also improves air circulation and reduces the chance of pests and disease. By lifting plants off the ground, you avoid water pooling, soil rot, and crowding, which means healthier, happier plants. But maybe the best part? It just looks amazing. Vertical gardens turn plain fences into art. They soften harsh walls, create privacy screens, and make a tiny space feel lush, alive, and vibrant. You'll be amazed how quickly your small space transforms into a productive and peaceful green haven, all by simply thinking up. Now let's hear from you. What would you grow in your vertical garden? Maybe strawberries, a wall of ferns, or your favorite herbs near the kitchen. Drop a comment and share your dream vertical setup. And if you've already tried vertical gardening, tell us what worked and what didn't. Your experience might inspire someone else to start. Don't forget to hit like if this sparked new ideas, subscribe for more weekly garden inspiration, and tap that bell so you never miss the next creative tip for small spaces. Have you ever stepped into your backyard and thought, I'd love to sit out here, but where would I even put a chair? That's the challenge of furnishing a small outdoor space. Every piece needs to earn its keep. But here's the thing. With the right furniture, even the tiniest yard or balcony can feel like an outdoor living room. It's not about cramming in oversized loungers or a giant dining set. It's about smart, space-saving pieces that invite you to sit, relax, and enjoy every square foot. Think foldable chairs that tuck away when not in use, benches that double as storage, bistro sets that turn a corner into a cafe-style retreat. Furniture isn't just decoration, it defines how you use the space. And with just a few clever choices, you can go from not enough room to why didn't I do this sooner? Let's talk about how to pick pieces that fit your space and your lifestyle without sacrificing comfort or style. When you're designing for a small garden, you have to think multipurpose. That means furniture that folds, stacks, stores, or transforms. Start with a foldable bistro table and chairs. They're lightweight, stylish, and easy to store when you need extra space. Add a bench with hidden storage underneath. It provides seating and a spot to stash tools or cushions. Nesting tables are great too. You can spread them out when entertaining, then tuck them together to free up floor space. And don't forget hanging furniture. Yes, even in a small space. A hanging chair or hammock anchored between two posts instantly creates a chill zone. Materials matter too. Opt for slim, metal frames or light woods like teak or acacia that blend with your garden without overwhelming it. Use furniture to define zones. A chair by the planter says relaxation corner, while a small table by the grill becomes your prep station. Smart furniture gives you more ways to live outside, even when space is tight. The right furniture setup does more than look good, it transforms how you use your backyard. Instead of walking through a bare, underused space, you're sitting outside with your coffee, eating dinner under the stars, or reading in your own garden hideaway. Good small space furniture gives you structure and comfort. It invites you to stay. It creates function in what used to be forgotten corners. And when your furniture fits the scale of your yard, you avoid that cluttered, overstuffed feeling. It also helps you personalize the space. Add a cushion in your favorite color, a side table for your book, or a lantern for mood lighting. Suddenly, your backyard feels like an extension of your home, not just the space behind it. And the best part? You don't need a big budget or a big space to make it happen. With a few thoughtful pieces, your small garden becomes your favorite place to unwind. It's not about having more stuff, it's about having the right stuff. Now I want to hear from you. What's your dream piece of garden furniture? A cozy bench by the flowers? A fold-up bistro table for morning coffee? Or maybe a hammock to escape in the shade? Tell us in the comments what furniture fits your space and your vibe. And if you've already found a perfect setup, share a tip or photo to inspire someone else. Hit like if this helped you rethink your outdoor space, subscribe for more smart garden ideas, and don't forget to ring that bell for the next video. heard it before, color changes everything. But when it comes to your small garden, it doesn't just change how things look, it changes how they feel. Think about it. Ever walked into a garden where bright greens made the space feel fresh and alive? Or noticed how soft pastels created a calming, airy vibe? Color isn't just decoration, it's design magic. In small gardens, where space is limited, color becomes one of your most powerful tools. The right palette can make tight corners feel open, low ceilings feel sky-high, and dull spaces feel energized. Whether it's the color of your flowers, your planters, your fence, or even your furniture, every shade can be used to trick the eye, set the mood, and completely reshape your space. Let's dive into how to use color in your backyard to create depth, flow, and personality even when you're working with just a few square feet. Let's talk options. One of the simplest water features you can make is a tabletop fountain. Grab a bowl, a small pump, a few stones or pebbles, and boom, instant zen. Want something a little more artistic? Try a bubbling urn. Use a ceramic pot with no drainage hole, add a small recirculating pump, and water will gently bubble from the top. It's elegant, easy, and totally doable. For vertical spaces, go for a wall-mounted water feature. These slimline options add movement and sound without taking up any floor space. You can build one using stacked slate tiles and a hidden reservoir. Love the sound of a stream? Create a mini rill or narrow channel that lets water flow through a trough or over pebbles. It adds a sense of direction and drama to tight areas. Even a bird bath with a solar fountain in the middle adds a splash of movement and gives birds a place to hang out. The key? Keep it small, self-contained, and simple to maintain. Using color intentionally doesn't just make your space prettier, it makes it feel bigger, brighter, and more enjoyable. When your eyes move through a harmonious palette, it brings a sense of calm. Cool tones stretch the space and reduce visual clutter. Warm tones invite and energize. Together, they create balance and flow even in the tightest corners. Color also gives your garden a vibe. Want a Mediterranean escape? Think terracotta, sage green, and bright blue tiles. Prefer a minimalist feel? Stick to whites, soft greens, and sleek black accents. Your choices set the mood the moment you step outside. Best of all, you don't need to overhaul everything. A few colorful planters, repainted fences, or coordinated throw pillows can transform your garden instantly. With color, you're not just gardening, you're storytelling. The right shades connect your outdoor space to your home, your style, and your mood. And when it feels right, you'll want to be out there every day. Now I want to know, what's your go-to garden color? Are you drawn to calming blues, playful pinks, or maybe rich greens and neutrals? Share your favorite palette in the comments. And if you've painted, planted, or styled with color before, what made the biggest difference in your space? Let's swap inspiration. If this gave you ideas, tap that like button, subscribe for more garden design tips, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Your dream garden is only a color away. Ever look out at your backyard once the sun goes down and just forget it's there? That's a missed opportunity. Because with the right lighting, your small garden becomes an evening retreat, not just a daytime spot. Think about it. Cozy string lights draped overhead, solar lanterns lining a garden path, warm glows under your plants. Suddenly, your space comes alive at night. And it doesn't take a big budget or a massive yard to make it happen. Lighting isn't just about visibility, it's about vibe. It sets the mood, adds warmth, and makes your garden feel like an extension of your living room. The right setup turns just a few feet into a magical nook where you can relax, entertain, or simply breathe. Let's explore how smart, creative lighting can make your backyard shine and turn even the smallest garden into something unforgettable after sunset. When it comes to lighting your garden, less is often more, but it has to be intentional. Start with your overhead space. String lights are a go-to for a reason. They create a cozy ceiling of light that defines the area and feels instantly welcoming. Next, layer in ambient lighting. Solar-powered lanterns, LED path lights, or low-voltage spotlights placed near plants or walls add soft glows that stretch the visual boundaries of your space. Want drama? Use uplighting. Place small lights at the base of trees, tall planters, or even your fence to cast light upward. It adds height, depth, and elegance. For a modern touch, try underbench or understep LED strips. And don't forget the portable options. Battery-powered lanterns and clip-on lights give you the freedom to adjust as needed. Whether you're dining outside, reading, or just soaking in the night air, you can change the mood with the flick of a switch. Lighting isn't just functional, it's the final design detail that brings your garden to life. Here's why lighting is a must even in the smallest gardens. First, it extends your usable time outdoors. That cozy dinner or quiet cup of tea doesn't have to end when the sun sets. Your garden stays open. Second, lighting gives you a sense of space. Strategically placed lights pull the eye outward, make paths more defined, and add visual layers. Suddenly, your small garden feels wider, deeper, and more inviting. Third, it's safer. No more tripping over planters or fumbling in the dark. Well-lit paths and corners make the garden not just beautiful, but practical. But above all, lighting creates mood. Whether it's romantic string lights or modern minimalist spots, your garden becomes a setting. It transforms. It invites. It glows. And with solar options and smart timers, it's low effort and eco-friendly too. A few well-placed lights can turn a basic space into an evening oasis. It's not just about seeing, it's about feeling. Now tell me, what's your favorite kind of garden lighting? Soft string lights, solar path markers, or maybe sleek LED spots? Drop your ideas or dream lighting setup in the comments below. And if you've already lit up your garden space, let us know what worked best for you. You might inspire someone else to brighten their backyard too. Don't forget to like this video if it gave you new ideas, subscribe for more small space garden inspiration, and click that bell so you never miss the next tip. Let's keep your backyard glowing all year long. What if I told you the ground beneath your feet could completely transform your garden, especially when you don't have much space to work with? Most people focus on plants, pots, or maybe a cozy bench. But the surface you walk on? That's the backbone of your backyard. Whether it's stepping stones, gravel, wood decking, or pattern tile, it shapes the vibe, the flow, and even how big your space feels. In a small garden, the right flooring design doesn't just carry you from point A to point B. It leads your eye, defines zones, adds texture, and makes your space feel curated and intentional. You don't need a giant budget or a pro landscaper. You just need the right layout and materials to make your garden feel like a place you want to move through, not just glance at. Let's explore creative flooring ideas that add charm, structure, and even the illusion of space to your tiny outdoor retreat. One of the smartest moves in a compact garden is to use varied textures and directional lines. For example, laying decking boards lengthwise can visually stretch your space. Stepping stones with ground cover between them like moss or creeping thyme can create a whimsical, storybook feel. Gravel is affordable, drains well, and adds a satisfying crunch underfoot. Use it in pathways framed with pavers or edging to keep it tidy. Concrete pavers with pebbles in between? Modern and low maintenance. Want something bold? Try outdoor rated pattern tiles. They add a punch of style and can double as a faux rug for your garden seating area. And if you're on a budget, painted stencils on concrete or wood can give the same effect for a fraction of the cost. Break up space by combining materials. Use wood for the sitting area, stones for walking paths, and mulch in garden beds. The contrast creates visual zones without needing walls or fences. Your garden's floor is where movement happens, and that's what brings it to life. Flooring does more than keep your shoes clean. In a small garden, it guides how people move, where they pause, and how they experience the space. It creates intentional flow which makes any garden feel more spacious and designed. Plus, different materials offer practical perks. Gravel and mulch are affordable and easy to install. Wood decking feels warm and cozy underfoot. Pavers are sleek and clean. Each one adds personality and function. A well-placed path also protects your plants. It keeps foot traffic out of your garden beds and helps you maintain your space easily. And if you choose materials that reflect light like light stone or tile, it can brighten shady areas and open up the feel of the space. Even in tiny spaces, defined walkways give the illusion of depth and structure. They say, this is a real garden, not just a patch of yard. They tell a story. And the best part? You don't need to dig up your whole yard. Start small. Lay a few stepping stones. Add a bit of gravel. Every piece you place is one step closer to a space that feels finished and yours. Let's hear it. What's your dream garden flooring? Rustic wood? Smooth stone? Maybe something bold like Moroccan tile? Drop your ideas in the comments. We'd love to see what paths you'd create. And if you've already installed something awesome, let us know how it changed the way you use your garden. You might inspire someone to take their first step literally. Like this video if you're thinking about upgrading your garden floor, subscribe for more small space outdoor design tips, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. Think you need a big backyard to have a beautiful garden? Think again. Whether you live in an apartment, a townhouse, or just have limited outdoor space, your balcony or blank wall can become a lush green oasis. All you need is a vertical mindset. Imagine walking onto your balcony and seeing a living wall of herbs, flowers, or leafy vines. Or turning a plain fence or side wall into a cascade of greenery. Vertical gardening isn't just space-saving, it's style-enhancing. It lets you grow more in less space, adds privacy, and creates a striking visual impact. Plus, there's something seriously satisfying about watching nature climb, trail, or stack its way to beauty. Let's break down how to use walls, railings, shelves, and hanging systems to build your dream garden. No lawn required. Start with your walls or fences. Mount planters, stack crates, or install a vertical frame with hanging pots. You can even use old pallets or shoe organizers to hold herbs and flowers. For balconies, railing planters are a game changer. They clip right on and maximize your growing area without taking up floor space. Want to go bigger? Use tall shelving units with pots arranged in layers. Just make sure they get enough sun. Pocket planters made of felt or canvas are perfect for herbs and shallow-rooted plants. Attach them to fences or balcony railings, and water from the top. Gravity takes care of the rest. Need shade? Try a climbing plant like jasmine or morning glory to grow vertically and create a leafy privacy screen. Or install a trellis with edible vines like cucumbers or beans for beauty and harvests. Don't forget hanging options: macrame holders, wall hooks, or ceiling-mounted baskets all add layers of green without eating up floor space. With vertical gardening, your small space suddenly has a lot more to give. Vertical gardening gives you the power to make the most out of any space. No soil? No problem. No yard? You're fine. It's gardening on your terms with beauty, creativity, and flexibility. First, it's efficient. You grow upward instead of outward, maximizing every inch. That means more herbs, more blooms, more beauty in the same footprint. Second, it brings nature closer. Just imagine sipping your morning coffee surrounded by greenery or snipping fresh basil right from your wall. Whether it's for food or flowers, vertical gardens create an immersive, sensory experience. Third, they're surprisingly low maintenance. Planters with drip systems or self-watering designs keep things easy, and harvesting, pruning, or watering is often easier at eye level. But most importantly, it empowers anyone, yes, even in a city high-rise, to connect with nature. That's something we all need more of. A wall of plants is more than decor, it's a living, breathing reminder that even in a concrete jungle, life finds a way to bloom. Now let's hear it. What's your dream vertical garden setup? A wall of fresh herbs? Cascading flowers? A mini vegetable patch? Share your ideas or setups in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to think vertically. And if this gave you some plantspiration, hit like, subscribe for more smart small garden tips, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next video. Big things grow in small spaces. All it takes is a fresh perspective. Your backyard doesn't need expensive furniture or store-bought decor to feel amazing. In fact, the best garden pieces often come from your own two hands and maybe a few scrap materials. Whether you're working with a patio, a balcony, or a narrow yard, DIY garden projects let you customize your space exactly how you want it. Think repurposed crates as planters, a handmade bench from old pallets, or painted pots that pop with personality. These projects don't just save money, they tell a story. Every scratch, brushstroke, or clever idea becomes a piece of your garden's identity. And you don't need to be a carpenter or an artist. If you've got a drill, a brush, and a little creativity, you've got what it takes to create something amazing. So let's get into the DIY garden ideas that bring style, comfort, and soul to your outdoor space without breaking the bank. Let's start simple. One of the easiest DIY upgrades is a crate or pallet planter. Stack wooden crates, add a liner and soil, and boom, vertical garden. You can paint or stain them to match your style. Need seating? Build a pallet bench or daybed. Add a few cushions and outdoor fabric, and suddenly you've got a cozy nook for under $50. Want a coffee table? Flip a pallet, add legs or wheels, and maybe a glass top. Lighting your garden? Try making mason jar lanterns with solar lights inside. Hang them from trees or hooks, and enjoy the glow every evening. For decor, think beyond store aisles. Use old watering cans, tires, or even kitchen colanders as quirky planters. Paint stones with garden markers or inspirational quotes. And here's a fun one. Create a garden mirror from an old window frame. Mount it on a fence to reflect light and make your garden feel twice as big. With a little time and a few tools, your garden becomes uniquely yours. DIY garden furniture and decor aren't just about being crafty, they're about control, creativity, and connection. You decide the colors, the vibe, the function. And because you're using upcycled materials or building things yourself, you save money and reduce waste. That's good for your wallet and the planet. Every piece becomes part of your story. That bench? Built with your kid. That lantern? Made during a weekend project. These are memories, not just furniture. Plus, DIY projects allow you to evolve your garden over time. Want to change? Repaint. Reimagine. You're not locked into cookie-cutter options from the store. And the biggest perk? Every time you sit on that handmade chair or sip tea beside your homemade planter, you'll feel it. I made this. That emotional connection deepens your relationship with your outdoor space and makes it a place you truly love. Got a favorite DIY project you've already made or one you've been dreaming about? Let us know in the comments. Pallet sofa? Painted pots? Hanging herb rack? Share your ideas and photos. We love seeing how creative this community can be. And hey, your project might just inspire someone else to grab a drill this weekend. Hit like if you're ready to DIY your garden, subscribe for more ideas like this, and tap the bell so you're the first to know when new projects drop. A gentle trickle of water, the soothing sound of nature, and a peaceful vibe right in your tiny backyard or balcony. Most people think water features are only for large gardens with ponds or fountains that cost thousands. But the truth is you can add the calming power of water even in the smallest spaces. Whether it's a tabletop fountain, a DIY bubbling pot, or a vertical water wall, there are water features built for even the coziest corners. These aren't just decorations. They turn your space into a sanctuary where the stress of the day washes away with every drop. And guess what? They're easier to build than you think. Let's explore how to create stunning small water features that bring big peace without the big budget or big space. Let's talk options. One of the simplest water features you can make is a tabletop fountain. Grab a bowl, a small pump, a few stones or pebbles, and boom, instant zen. Want something a little more artistic? Try a bubbling urn. Use a ceramic pot with no drainage hole, add a small recirculating pump, and water will gently bubble from the top. It's elegant, easy, and totally doable. For vertical spaces, go for a wall-mounted water feature. These slimline options add movement and sound without taking up any floor space. You can build one using stacked slate tiles and a hidden reservoir. Love the sound of a stream? Create a mini rill or narrow channel that lets water flow through a trough or over pebbles. It adds a sense of direction and drama to tight areas. Even a bird bath with a solar fountain in the middle adds a splash of movement and gives birds a place to hang out. The key? Keep it small, self-contained, and simple to maintain. Adding a water feature to your small garden changes everything. First, the sound. Even a quiet trickle helps mask street noise, chatter, or background distractions. It creates an instant sense of calm. Second, water features visually soften hard spaces. That bit of shine, movement, and reflection makes your garden feel alive, like nature is flowing through it. Third, water attracts life. Birds, butterflies, and bees all love it. Your garden becomes more biodiverse and interactive, giving you a deeper connection to your outdoor space. And here's the best part: water features promote mindfulness. Sitting by them helps you slow down, breathe, and enjoy the moment. That's powerful, especially in our busy lives. Whether you live in a city apartment or a small suburban home, a compact water feature brings the healing energy of nature right to your doorstep. It's beauty, therapy, and tranquility all in one tiny package. So, if you could build any water feature, big or small, what would it be? A bubbling pot? A stone waterfall? Or maybe just a calm reflecting bowl? Share your vision in the comments and let's inspire each other. And if you've built one already, post a photo. We'd love to see your oasis in action. Don't forget to like if this sparked a peaceful idea, subscribe for more garden design tips, and hit that bell so you won't miss the next transformation. When the sun sets, your garden doesn't have to disappear. In fact, that's when the real magic begins. Imagine warm string lights twinkling above, soft glows around your planters, and subtle lighting along the path leading to your backyard escape. Night lighting transforms your outdoor space into a cozy, welcoming retreat even after dark. It adds mood, mystery, and a whole new level of charm. And no, it doesn't take a professional crew or expensive gear to make it happen. With the right placement and a few smart tricks, you can completely change the vibe of your small backyard without changing your wiring. Let's dive into easy, affordable ways to bring your garden to life at night, so you can enjoy your space. Start with string lights. They're the easiest way to add instant atmosphere. Drape them across fences, along railings, or overhead like a canopy. Choose warm white for that soft, magical glow. For garden beds or pathways, solar stake lights are your best friend. They charge all day and turn on automatically at night, no wiring needed. Use uplights at the base of trees or tall plants to create dramatic shadows and depth. Even a small garden feels larger when light plays with height. For tabletops or steps, try battery-powered lanterns or LED candles. They give off a flickering glow and are totally safe around kids and pets. Want to highlight decor? Use small spotlights or puck lights to draw attention to a water feature, wall art, or planter. And for those final touches, fairy lights in glass jars, hanging bulb lanterns, or even solar-powered wall sconces. It's all about layering warm, soft light to create a relaxing evening vibe. Adding lighting to your garden doesn't just extend your time outside, it elevates the entire experience. Think about it. A softly lit garden invites you to unwind after work. It creates a backdrop for dinners, quiet reading time, or meaningful conversations under the stars. Lighting enhances safety too, clearly marking paths, edges, or stairs so no one stumbles in the dark. But more than that, lighting sets the mood. Warm tones make a space feel cozy and intimate. Cooler tones can add drama and sophistication. Either way, you're in control of the atmosphere. And with solar and battery-powered options, it's all low maintenance and energy efficient. You're saving money and energy while making your space shine. Your garden becomes more than a daytime destination, it's an around heat clock retreat. With just a few lights, you can turn ordinary nights into memorable moments. What kind of lighting would take your outdoor space to the next level? Are you team string lights or dreaming of a fire pit glow? Drop your lighting ideas or questions in the comments. And if you've created a nighttime vibe in your garden, post a pic and show us the magic. Hit like if you're ready to light up your backyard, subscribe for more After Dark garden inspo, and tap the bell so you never miss a tip that can transform your space.